The clock hit 3 in the afternoon. A man in his late 60s, sweaty and gasping, clutches his chest, his fingers trembling. "Help! Somebody!" His voice is barely a whisper. The nurse rushes in, eyes wide with alarm. Machines beep frantically. A heart, once strong, now on the brink. This isn't just a story from a hospital drama. This happens every single minute somewhere in the world. Every single minute. You might think, it won't happen to me, but stop right there. Think again. Heart disease is the #1 killer worldwide. It doesn't ask your age, your job, or how many grandkids you have. It strikes silently, like a thief in the night. 1 minute you're living your life, the next, everything changes. Imagine waking up one morning feeling perfectly fine, and by noon your world has flipped upside down. You're lying in a hospital bed, hooked to machines, wondering how it all happened. You remember the skipped vegetables, the daily stress, the late-night snacks. Was it the burger I ate yesterday? The extra cigarette? You ask yourself. But it's never one thing. It's a lifetime of choices piling up, quietly, invisibly, until suddenly your heart screams for help. Here's something shocking. Nearly half of all heart attacks happen without any prior warning. No chest pain, no dizziness, just sudden collapse. "I didn't see it coming," survivors often say. And they're not alone. You've probably seen news headlines, read stories about someone who seemed healthy, vibrant, gone in an instant. But what if I told you the heart doesn't have to be a ticking time bomb? What if simple, everyday foods could be your strongest defense? Yes, your plate could be a shield, not just fuel or comfort, a real weapon against the silent killer lurking inside. Pause. Let that sink in. It's not magic, it's science wrapped in something you can reach for every time you open your fridge. Foods that fight inflammation, lower blood pressure, clear your arteries, protect the very engine that keeps you alive. No, it's not about expensive supplements or exotic diets. It's about the power hiding in plain sight. The humble tomato, the crunchy walnut, the vibrant spinach leaf. These aren't just ingredients for dinner. They are frontline warriors in the battle for your heart's survival. And this story, it's for you. Because no matter your age, 55, 65, or beyond, it's never too late to change the story your heart tells. Stay with me. Because what comes next could save a life. Maybe even yours. Meet Frank. 62 years old, retired factory worker, likes his morning coffee black and strong, 2 cups before breakfast. Every day, same routine. Wake up, watch the news, stroll the neighborhood park, then settle in with a sandwich and a soda. Nothing fancy, nothing healthy, if you ask his doctor. Frank thought he was fine. "I've worked hard all my life. I earned every bite I ate," he'd say with a shrug. Sure, his waistline was creeping up, and sometimes he felt tired faster than before, but who doesn't? He called it getting older. Nothing to panic about. Then, last spring, it happened. Frank was out in his garden, pruning the roses, humming a tune. Suddenly, a sharp pain hit his chest like a hammer blow. He dropped the shears, clutched his chest, gasping for air. "I thought I was just winded," he recalls later. "But then, everything blurred. I couldn't stand. I was scared." His wife found him collapsed by the rose bushes. "Frank, talk to me!" she yelled, panic in her voice. The ambulance came fast. At the hospital, doctors said, "You had a mild heart attack. Lucky to be alive." Lucky. Frank didn't feel lucky. He felt betrayed by his own body. How could this happen? He was careful, wasn't he? But that's the catch. Frank wasn't careful enough. Not really. The doctor sat him down and spoke plainly. "Frank, your arteries are clogged. Your diet and habits have slowly built a dam inside your heart's blood vessels. It's like a river trying to flow through mud. You need to act, or the next attack won't be so mild." Frank went home with a list. Eat less salt, avoid fried food, walk daily, take these pills. Simple instructions. Yet Frank struggled. His favorite snacks were everywhere. Chips, processed meats, sugary sodas. His coffee? Still black and strong, but now with an uneasy feeling. Could that be hurting him? One evening, tired and frustrated, he confided to his daughter, I'm scared I'll never be the same again. I don't want to be a prisoner of this heart. She nodded. Dad, you're not alone. Let's figure it out together. And that's where Frank's real journey began. He started small, swapped chips for walnuts, replaced soda with water infused with lemon. He learned about foods that heal, not harm. And slowly his energy returned. His chest no longer ached. The fear began to fade. Frank's story isn't unique. It's the story of millions who wake up scared, confused, and ready for change. He's not a hero because he survived one attack. He's a hero because he chose to fight back, with every meal, every step, every day. If you see yourself in Frank, listen closely, because his next chapter, it's still being written, and yours can be too. Imagine your heart as a powerful engine, not some fancy car engine, but a steady, hard-working pump that beats over 100,000 times a day. It pushes blood through a vast highway system of arteries and veins to delivering oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your body. Without this flow, nothing works. Not your brain, not your muscles, not even your skin. Now, picture this highway, smooth, wide, flowing freely. But what if, over time, tiny patches of grease and dirt start sticking to the walls? Not just any dirt, a sticky mix of cholesterol, fat, and inflammation. Slowly, these patches grow. They narrow the lanes, causing traffic jams in your bloodstream. This is what doctors call atherosclerosis. Think about a garden hose. If it's clear, water rushes through. But if there's mud inside, the flow slows down. Your heart has to pump harder to push blood through clogged arteries. Over years, this extra strain wears it down. That's why high blood pressure often walks hand in hand with heart problems. But here's the kicker. The body doesn't always send clear warnings. Those fatty plaques can crack without notice, triggering blood clots. Suddenly, the blood flow stops. The heart muscle starves for oxygen. That's a heart attack. The difference between life and death can be just minutes. Why does this happen? Why do some people's arteries clog while others stay clean? It all boils down to two enemies, inflammation and oxidative stress. Inflammation, you know it as swelling or redness when you get hurt. But inside your arteries, it's a silent battle. Harmful particles, like LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, get trapped in artery walls. Your immune system sends reinforcements to fight them off. But this battle causes damage, making the walls sticky and rough, perfect for more plaque to settle. Oxidative stress is like rust on metal. It happens when harmful molecules called free radicals attack cells. They come from pollution, smoking, stress, and even unhealthy food. These free radicals damage artery walls, speeding up the buildup of plaque. So, your heart's highway becomes a war zone. But here's the good news. This process can be slowed, stopped, even reversed. By fighting inflammation and oxidative stress, you give your arteries a chance to heal. How? Through the food you eat. Imagine antioxidants as little firefighters, dousing the flames of oxidative stress. Foods rich in antioxidants, berries, nuts, leafy greens, help keep your arteries smooth and clean. Omega-3 fats, found in fish and flax seeds, calm inflammation, like a soothing balm on a burning wound. The key is balance. Not starving yourself or chasing fads. It's about choosing foods that feed your heart, not fight it. So, next time you reach for a snack, picture this. Are you fueling your engine or clogging your highways? Because every bite is a choice, a step toward health, or a risk waiting to happen. Here's the first story. Linda, 58, loved her afternoon ritual. A big mug of black coffee, no sugar, straight from the pot. Every day, same time, same mug. One morning, she felt a strange tightness in her chest just after that first sip. Just nerves, she told herself. But weeks later, the tightness didn't go away. The doctor said, Linda, you need to rethink that coffee habit. Turns out, drinking strong coffee on an empty stomach spikes your blood pressure and stresses your heart. The acids and caffeine wake up your heart, but sometimes too much shock is dangerous. Linda switched it up. Now she drinks water with a squeeze of lemon first thing, then a smaller, gentler cup of coffee after breakfast. Her chest tightness faded, her mornings feel lighter. The lesson? Start your day with hydration, not caffeine chaos. Water calms your system, flushes toxins, and sets your heart up for success. Here's number 2. George was a meat and potatoes guy through and through. Steaks, sausages, fried chicken. That was his comfort zone. Then, after his scare, he faced a harsh truth. Too much red meat can clog arteries. It's like trying to pour honey through a tiny straw. Thick, slow, and sticky. He remembered his grandma's garden, rows of bright green spinach, tomatoes, and beans. She always said, "Eat your greens. They keep your heart young." George took her advice seriously. He swapped half his plate for colorful veggies and legumes. Within months, his cholesterol dropped, and he felt more energetic. His doctor smiled, "That's the power of plants, George." So, lesson 2, make veggies your heart's best friend. They're packed with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that sweep your arteries clean. And the third, Martha, a lively 65, loved her evening walks, but after her heart attack, she stopped, afraid to push herself. Her doctor said, "Martha, movement is medicine." She started small, 10 minutes around the block, then 15. One day, she noticed something amazing. Her mood lifted, her sleep improved, and her heart felt stronger. It's simple. Exercise helps your heart pump efficiently, lowers blood pressure, and keeps arteries flexible. It's not about running marathons, it's about moving daily. So here's the third. Keep moving. Your heart thrives on it. Even a gentle walk can rewrite your story. Each of these stories shows one truth. Small changes, big impact. Your heart isn't asking for perfection. It's asking for kindness every day. Look, I won't pretend this journey is easy. Change never is. But here's the truth nobody tells you loud enough. Your heart remembers kindness. Every healthy bite, every step forward, every moment you choose to care for yourself. Think of your heart as an old friend, a friend who's been with you through every joy, every challenge, every quiet night. It's not about punishment or sacrifice. It's about respect, saying, "I see you. I'm here for you." You've seen what neglect looks like, the sudden pain, or the fear, the uncertainty. But now, imagine something else. Imagine waking up feeling lighter, breathing easier, knowing that with every meal, every walk, every calm breath, you're building a fortress around that heart. It's never too late. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. You don't have to be a nutritionist or a marathon runner. You just have to start. Even if it's a single walnut, a short stroll, a glass of water instead of soda, those small acts add up. They grow, they heal, and when you do this, you don't just protect your heart, you reclaim your life. You give yourself more mornings, more laughter, more time with those you love. So take this moment, breathe in, feel that steady beat inside you. It's not just a rhythm, it's your story, your strength, your future. You're not alone, you're ready. And your heart, it's ready too.